And you guys, by the way, you can go to your paid groups. For example, students who are here who belong to the AFM paid class. AFM paid class, go there, send this link to them, tell them to join now. Tell them to join now. The same should happen to students who are here, who did AFR, who did FM, who did BDA. Tell them that you have a serious class going on here. You have a serious class going on here. All right. So it's only one, it's exactly 6:05. Now I'm left with no other option other than starting the session. And this session shall not be recorded because I'm airing the same on YouTube, LinkedIn, all over. So, and of course, those platforms, they'll be able to save the video for us. You can always go to Joshua Aura, RCM Online College on YouTube, Joshua Aura on LinkedIn, Joshua Aura ACCA Mentor on Facebook, and all that. You'll be able to get access to this video, which of course we are putting there because it's a free of charge session. So the entire world should be able to benefit, All right, then what do I want to do? Great things, I can tell you. Great stuff here, I can tell you. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I would want us to do is to look at something nice here. All right, that was tested last semester in BDA. So I don't know whether you are able to see my screen. If you are able to see my screen, ladies and gentlemen, we are told here, Applecom Limited. And I can see now we are 60. This is very good, really. 60 is very good. So you're told the Applecom Limited is a listed company operating in the telecommunications sector. The following data relates the company for whatever. So they've given us a statement of profit or loss. They've given us a statement of financial position. You can see current assets there. You can see total assets there. Liabilities there. You can see current liabilities. Great stuff. Cash flows, etc. Key metrics, the key performance indicators. And then they wanted us to prepare a dashboard showing the financial performance and the financial position of the organization over the 5-year period ended that. And the dashboard should include the following charts. At least the word charts was quite leading. Students who did even just the basic graphs, they should be able to really get a pass here. So the first chart, they want us to capture revenue and profits. Then we have, ladies and gentlemen, here the key expenses. Then we have non-current assets. Then we have a chart for current assets. We have non-current liabilities, payables, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, there are very many ways you could use to come up with dashboards. Remember, dashboards are highly summarized schedules that you shall be able no sound. Please advise this ninja that there is a lot of sound. What this ninja wants to do, what he ought to do is to get out and then he comes back. Are you guys able to hear Mwalimu? Are you loud and clear? Yes, loud and clear. All right, loud and clear. All right, great. So that ninja, I wish I would type for him. He should be able to get out and then he comes back. When he comes back while joining, you must always join with sound. You always join with sound. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Right. Paul. Great. So we shall overcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are very, very many ways you can use to come up with these highly summarized schedules for your directors. Remember, directors up there, if it's a big firm, they don't have time to look through all your statements and all. They would want really very highly summarized schedules. They would want out of this schedule here, you provide, in this case here, graphs to support them. So really, this was quite an easy question. What we ought to have done here is this. So I'll use this little example, first of all, to take you through. There's an example that I would want to use here to take you through how to come up with these pivot tables here. How to come up with the pivot tables. delete. Great. So then, gentlemen, this is what I really would want to show you, and I would want to move very slowly. But as I do that, I think I should be able to save this and share this with you great ninjas so that you can be doing exactly what I do with me. So we have here save, browse. So I'll save this as a pivot ninjas. Pivot ninjas, pivot tables really will be able to give us, ladies and gentlemen, very good what here, dashboards, very good dashboards, yes. All right. So this pivot ninjas, I have to close it first, unfortunately, for me to be able to upload it here. So I have to come to the comments. All right. So then here, I should be able to upload pivot ninjas here. Yeah, we have just started Sylvia, don't worry. We are starting with the simplest by doing a past paper question. So we have here pivot ninjas. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of Excel, one of the things that will be required to do using Excel is to provide summarized data. We'll be having what we call big data. Your directors do not have time. Your directors don't have time for this big data. They want you to slice and dice, come up with a smaller and smaller schedules here for easy interpretation. So is there somebody who has been able to see the pivot ninja as a schedule there? Yeah, so this is advanced Excel. The agenda of today is us to know how to come up with dashboards. So please download it. And once you download it, we should be able to really see something here. All right. So we have here pivot ninjas. All right. And I would really want to move very slowly here for everybody to enjoy this. So what I want you to do is to open, ladies and gentlemen, your workbook. We call this one our workbook. And once you open your workbook, down here, you'll be able to see a toolbar for scrolling. So you can scroll. I want you to keep on scrolling like this until you see a place called pivot tables. And that is what I want you to open. That is the worksheet I would want you to open. So is there a good ninja? Please do me a favor. If you've been able to download this, I'm so much aware that there are some ninjas who can't manage to download this from our charts. They don't get to see charts. So if you're able to share this on WhatsApp, I would really, really appreciate it. I would want a great student here to share this information on WhatsApp, And once you do that, once you see this shared on WhatsApp for the paid students in our various WhatsApp platforms, can you kindly put up your thumbs and say, hey, Ninja, we are already seeing this. We are already seeing this. But also struggle, to download this. Struggle as well to download this. Now, as you struggle to download this, if you put your cursor here in 2011, and you want to know, for example, this sheet goes up to which row number, it's very easy. When you click on 2021, and then you press Control down, and then we have got those 4 navigation keys. The 4 navigation keys, you press, in this case here, the down arrow. You press the down arrow. So what have I said, ladies and gentlemen? That what we need to do for you to be able to know exactly how many rows is our table, in this case, just spanning up to down there? How big? I have to understand the data. Understanding data is one of the key parameters of analysis. So I have to know how big is this data really. At least I can see column, but I can't see row to row. I want to know how big my data is in terms of number of rows. So how do I do this? I will go to the top of my columns there at the very beginning. And once I'm there on top, then I'll be able to hold on to control. Yeah, on my laptop, control. This finger here, control. And then we have got those 4 navigation keys. So the 4 navigation keys, we have 4 of them. One is for up, down, east, then we have west. So then what I'll do, just to demonstrate here, ladies and gentlemen, I will come here and share this file. So what am I doing? So for me, already I was down there. So let me go back home. So control up. So here you can come and even just take the top title here. Here, under this column, it will be column B, column B. So this column B, you click here. And then now, once you click in the ear, ladies and gentlemen, you say control, and then now you go down with the down arrow under the navigation keys, down arrow. You'll be able to see that this table is not user friendly. It's going all the way to 15,121 rows. Do we have any ninja that has been able to do exactly what Mwalimu has done by going to that 15,121? Is there any ninja that has been able to do exactly that? Using control, that's how you go very first down. So control, down arrow, control, down arrow. And then there is a language. You see, there is a language you use here in Excel. This is not AFM. Actually here, I will rarely be using the term ninja. In Excel and the BDA, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be doing 2 things. Either you cry, there's an emoji there that you'll be using when you're not able to understand even nothing. You put an emoji that is shedding down serious tears, a river of tears. And when, of course, in this case, you are able to get a concept, here you'll be coming up with an emoticon which dances. All right. You simply dance there. In Zoom, there is a way you can dance there for Mwalimu to know that this student has hit what we call aha moment. Aha moment. My aha moment, my understanding moment. It's called Eureka's principle. I have discovered something. So you get to dance. You get to dance. And remember, when you're dancing, you must also be very, very careful. You don't just dance like that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a gentleman, you use, in this case here, a cartoon of a gentleman dancing. If it's a lady, there's a cartoon of a lady dancing. And the ladies always dance in red, isn't it? In red. So like there is one, great. Great. Like Veronica there, she's dancing. Great. 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 She has understood. She has understood. So there are 2 very, very important emojis like Mercy. Mercy, why did you pick a man for real? Why did you pick a man? Do you want to dance with a man, Mercy? No. If you're a lady, it must be a lady dancing. If you're a man, it must be a man dancing. We shall overcome. At least Ken has seen it. Susan has seen it. So there are 2 ways of communicating here. If you're not understanding, then you should be able to put this sad face. You'll be able to put down this sad face and I'll be able to pick it so that I do this. I do it again. I do it again. So far, I'm not seeing anybody. So far, I'm not seeing anybody crying. I'm not seeing anybody crying. Yeah, I can see Chesan crying. So let me repeat here. What have I done? And please, you need also a notebook to be writing those shortcuts. You need a notebook to be writing down those shortcuts here. All right. So in this case here, what are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? So here I am. Mwalimu would want to know, ladies and gentlemen, in this case here, how many rows, how big is this data? So what I'll do, I'll open my schedule, come to here, click there, here. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I should be able to scroll down very fast. You see, I can't use mother tongue. I can't start in this case like scrolling these at this way. You won't finish up to 15,000. You won't finish to 15,000. You'll always get in this case here what here issues like the issue that I'm getting there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remember here the very best. Just get back here, get back here. Come in this case here to this top row, the title there. And once I'm here, then I should be able to use control down arrow. So control down arrow. When I use control down arrow, then I'm able to see that, hey, this thing is so huge. It's going to 15,121 rows. So, ladies and gentlemen, please listen. For sure, there is no way your managers will be able to understand this kind of a table. There is no way. I mean, managers are seeing convenience stores, they're seeing sweets here, they're seeing so many things, ladies and gentlemen, here. This really does not make any sense. And that is why, if you have a very serious director like myself, if you ask Job Kenyan is our operations manager, this gentleman who teaches you AAA Compton Law, very serious guy. If you ask him, whenever he brings schedules to us, I mean, he can't just bring this kind of a thing. We don't have the time. I have a full-time job somewhere. I need to be rushing, in this case, here to classes. So I would want highly condensed information that I'll be able to just see and help us, in this case, here to make decisions pretty fast. So this is big data. So if it's big data, then we have to prepare what we call a dashboard. There are so many ways of coming up with great dashboards, but for the sake of CASNEP, I'll not be able to show you guys how to come up with very fancy dashboards, For CASNEP, we just need something as little as possible to enable you to get you. So like they were giving us just 2 marks for each of those things, 2 marks. So then the very first thing that I will do to be able to insert a pivot table, I'll come and highlight the entire table. How do I highlight this entire table? I'll come to this here, this top here, top title here, the first one here. I can see it is here. So when I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be able to say Control Shift. I'm holding on to Control Shift. I'm holding on to Control Shift using my left hand. And then the east arrow. I hope you guys know the difference between east and west. The east arrow, so that I can go to the east. You can see still I'm holding onto my control and the shift. And when I hit this east arrow, I've been able to highlight the top row. I'm still holding on to control and the shift. I'm still holding on to control and the shift. And then now this time round, I will hit the down arrow. I'll hit the down arrow. When I hit the down arrow, now you can see I've been able to highlight the entire table. So if I were you on my notebook there, I would put down like what is the shortcut of highlighting a whole table. We shall be not using here Control A. I know you're used to Control A, where you control all. Here we shall be using this concept of Control Shift. You hold onto those buttons, and then you use like here, the east one to run across. And then you use the south one to go down. And then you highlight everything. How I wish we have students who have been able to know how to dance. Unfortunately, since I started teaching this CPA, I've never seen, and we've gone out with very many students. I've never seen even a single accountant who knows how to dance. Horrible dancers. Horrible dancers. And that is why we resort to using these cartoons here. Because I know these cartoons will dance better than most of us. Actually, better than all of us as accountants, and we can't really blame ourselves. So, and remember, you get to dance only and only if you have understood the concept. If you haven't understood, please you cry there, and then I'll be able to repeat as many times as possible for you to be comfortable. Yeah, please try to only use emojis. Here we don't talk a lot. You know, in AFM we used to talk a lot. Every section has got its own language. Here we use only emojis. Emoji comes from the word emoticon, emotion. So I'm emotional. If I'm not understanding, I cry. If I'm understanding, I dance. And if you're not able to see those two, then you can use thumbs up and thumbs down. But I love those two, dancing and crying. Those are the kind of emotions. I'm emotional. Like Esther is, great, 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 great. I can see Esther Alubi crying. I'll be able to repeat. I can see Samuel Gadungu. I don't know whether this is CPA Samuel Gadungu, my friend. Chesang dancing there. All right. Phoebe Ariko, we don't use this one of very big eyes. You know, that one will confuse me. All right. I would want, if you're not understanding, I want to see eyes or other tears. Drop it down. All right. I don't want a symbol that confuse me here. I don't want symbols that confuse me here. All right. I can see Brian has already understood. Phoebe, very good. Perry is very good. I'll be able to repeat this. Kijana wa RCM, and this kijana wa RCM, I would want to know who is this kijana wa RCM. I've taught him so many semesters, I think, from intermediate. He's calling himself kijana wa RCM. I would really love to know who you are, which is very good. You could be our very strong brand ambassadors, and as such, I should be able to pay you, you know. All right. So I can see you've got so many guys who are dancing. CPA Felix Ogendo has not understood the concept. He's using a sad face. You know, it could be sad because I'm moving speed. I want somebody to cry. Rivers of tears. Rivers of a river of tears. All right. So let me repeat one more time. How do we get to highlight like a whole table? It's very easy. Like now when I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, I should be able, in this case here, to go back home. I should be able to go back home. If I simply say control up, because I must click somewhere, anywhere there, then I say control, the north arrow, it will take me home. There is also a home button there, but you don't have to use that home button. I like using control north arrow, control south arrow. Now, once I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, I'll always go to the first column given here, which is column written here. So click the ear column. And then now I'm using my two fingers on the left hand here. So control shift. And then I want in this case to go first of all row wise. I go across. So if I'm holding on to control shift across, I'm using the east arrow, east navigation arrow. And then I'm still holding on to control and shift. If I'm holding on to control and shift, then I should be able to come and press the down arrow. I should be able to come and press the down arrow. And by doing that, then I will have straight away, ladies and gentlemen, been able to, in this particular case, just highlight the entire table. And once I do that, my friends, this is what I will do. I will come here and look for inserting. I'm inserting a dashboard. I'm inserting a dashboard. I'm inserting a pivot. Pivot means what here? A section. So here on the ribbon, I can see insert. So if I'm seeing insert, you click insert just once. This thing does not want somebody, in this case here, who is really hyper. Asira mingi hapana. Mara moja to insert. When you click once like that, you're able to see pivot table, recommended pivots. So in this case here, we have the pivot table here. This is what I want. You just click once. And then when you click once, if you had highlighted very well, once you see some pop-up window, you simply say, okay. You simply say, okay. And then you'll be able to see some new thing here. I would want to pause a little bit there and see whether I have even a single student who is dancing, who has understood, who has been able to reach where I've reached. Even one. Is there any student who is able to dance and say, hooray, this is my aha moment? Discovered something here. I can see Sylvia dancing 3 times. Sylvia must be a good dancer, somebody who dances with 3. Berilo to crying there, which is very good. It's part of the game. Crying is part of the game. Wilfrida, we don't write not at all. Wilfrida here, you cry or you dance. There are not 3 ways about it. You cry or you dance. That's the only language I understand here. That is the only language I understand here. All right. And by the way, do we have some students in this case here who do not have laptops? Like I have one friend who called me, doesn't have a laptop. Do we have anybody who doesn't have a laptop? Now, when I ask a question like that, do we have anybody who doesn't have a laptop? Yeah, so we shall be able to save these videos for you, but please organize very fast to get a laptop. For purpose of what here? Practicing. For purpose of practicing, it will be very important for you to get a laptop. So let me repeat. Let me repeat this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what am I doing here? I will be able to go back to something very important here. I'll be able to go back to my original table. I'll be able to go back to my original table, which is what here. Let me just move like this. No. So I want to go back. So I would even want to delete this. I don't want this sheet here. So delete this. With permanent, I want it to be deleted permanently. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I would want to start again. What am I doing here? So first of all, it's about highlighting the entire table. How do we get to highlight the entire table? It's Control Shift. I'm holding onto them permanently. I'm holding onto them, just like how I would hold onto this using a glue. Control and Shift. And then now I use the east arrow. The right-hand side arrow, navigation arrows, there are 4. We have the north, we have the south, we have the west, we have the east. The across one is the east. I'm still holding on to my Control and Shift. And then I should be able to come and hit the south arrow. Now I have been able to highlight everything. Then what do you want me to do for you, my boss? My boss wants me to insert a pivot. So this is the pivot table. So I'll come and just click. And ladies and gentlemen, once I click, I'm able to see like a new pop-up window here. This new pop-up window wants me to choose, of course, first of all, I was able to highlight. All right. Choose where you want the pivot table to be placed. So, of course, here I would want a new worksheet because this table is very big. I would not want to mix it with nothing else. So, location, of course, this you can see it there. So, basically, here, what I'm supposed to do, once I've highlighted this, I'm supposed to come and respond by saying, okay, just okay. And then I am able to see my canvas. How good shall it be when I see my students who hitherto had cried, but now they are dancing? How good shall it be? Those students who had cried. Again, remember, you can keep on, crying never happens just once. It's good to mourn. It's good to mourn. And that is why some of us are those who understand these things here. Like now, our general's son, Ogola, never got a chance to mourn the father. Was quite a happy boy. But at the end of the day, you need time to mourn. You should cry many times. Even if you're a man, you need to cry many times. So if you had cried once, I repeat, you don't understand anything, you cry again. You cry again. So I need to keep on checking here. At least now, Law is great. Law is great. Esther Alubi again is crying, which is very good, very normal. Esther Alubi, I would want you to do me a favor, Esther, now. Now I go to another level to assist Esther. Now, Esther, I don't know whether you know how to share your Excel file in Zoom. Can you kindly share your file, your screen? Just share your screen. You share your screen, and then I'll be able to direct you now, because now this is dangerous. When you see somebody crying twice, now I need to come now down to your level and see the kind of data that you have, and then I'll be able to see firsthand. I mean, Esther Alubi, do you know how to share? I've been able to allow you to share. Let's share your screen. Or do we have any student who can share their screen here to show Esther how it is done? Just go. There is a place down there in Zoom. You'll be able to see share screen. You share screen. Like Brian has already shared. So Brian, are you able to go to Excel? Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you. Brian already has gone all the way to, Brian has been able to do so much here. Brian has been able even to do this pivot here. But Brian, for the sake of the other students, are you able to go back to the pivot and then you just do it again? You start from scratch. Yeah, you can even delete that because you shall do more. So go to here, highlight the entire Control Shift east arrow, Control Shift down arrow. Great. And then straight away, you insert now. So you insert now. What are we inserting? Never go for recommended. Thank you very much. And once we see that pop-up window, we say, okay. we oblige. In the military language, you simply say, thank you, sir. Great. Thank you so much. So, Brian, I would beg that you just stop there so that someone else, I can see Maximila Onyando. So, Maximila, now we are seeing your screen. Maximila, are you able to go back a little bit and pick it up for the sake of our sister here was not yet understood. She's still crying. We don't want to leave her on the trenches, you know. We don't want to leave her on the trenches. Thank you very much. So I would want you to start right away from highlighting. Just showcase to the whole world that Max Miller knows how to highlight. Lois missed the first 10 minutes. Please, Paul, are you able to reshare this work with these students? I wish I would know which WhatsApp group they are in. Thanks, Maximila. I'm following you so religiously. So she has been able to share everything, or rather to highlight everything. Now what she wants to do is to insert a pivot table. Paul, please help me there. Great. And then you say, okay. Great. Thank you very much. Now then I should be able to drop you out and pick another student. How I wish I would get like 1,001 students in this case who are sharing their screen. Like now I can see PK Kasling. This guy has got a very good name. Kasling. Very good name. But your internet seems not to be very good. It's taking a lot of time to load. Please, the students who are still crying, I would want you to share your screens as well, because I want to guide you. Because I can see like now this guy who has been able to share here is already an expert. He's already an expert. So he's highlighting the entire. How do you select the whole? Yeah, Beryl, we have already shared Beryl. We already shared. But if you are able to tell me, Beryl, which group of RCM you found in WhatsApp, then I should be able to share this with you. All right. Okay. FR group. Ah, great, great. Then I know why we have FR students here. We have, FR students. Please, other students like Reina has done, just tell me the group you find yourselves in, the WhatsApp groups. Then I will be able to do what here to share advanced Excel paid group. Advanced Excel paid group. Hey, Paul, where have you shared this, Paul, where has Paul really shared this? FR, yes, Paul has already shared this. Thank you so much. So then I'm coming here to the FR group, FR 2024 paid group. Just any group where we find ourselves here with you, I will be able to share very fast. So like now, the FR group, please check, I've shared. Then we have in this case here, somebody said Excel April, Excel April, Excel April, Excel April. I've shared there. I've shared there. I've shared there as well. I've shared. Actually, it was shared there long time ago. Long time ago. Long time ago. Check. Thank you very much, T2. Thank you very much, T2. You can see these are great ninja. This great ninja, please take the cursor to B3 here. Put that cursor on B3 here. Oh, I dropped you. Great. So please start again. Start again. Go to here, where you are seeing here, B3. That's where you put your cursor there. Click on here, B3. Click on here, B3. B3. There is here. It has a virus. What do you mean? No, it can't be. How now? And you must be having a strong antivirus, maybe. So somebody has asked a good question there. How do we get Mwalimu to highlight the entire table? This is what we do. So we come here, we say Control Shift. And I hope you're taking notes there. Control Shift. Then we have got 4 navigation arrows. I hope you can see them. There are 4. We have the north, south, down. We have west. You know those 4 navigation keys. So we have in this case here north, that's up, south, down. And then on your right side is east. This other one here is west. All right. At the corner. That is when you are highlighting the entire sheet. I don't want you to highlight the entire sheet. I don't want you to highlight the entire sheet. I just want you to highlight an individual table. This gentleman is asking a very good question. What about if we came here and you want to highlight like the whole sheet, including these other areas? Then you will come here and you will come basically here, check here. Yeah, and then you'll be able to, you can see when the arrow pointing down, you'll be able to highlight everything. We don't want that. Ladies and gentlemen, what we want to do tonight is basically a situation. We just highlight this table alone. So I'll come and say a control shift, east arrow. I'm still holding on to control shift, south arrow, the down arrow. Then I'm able to highlight everything. And then I'll be able to come and say here insert a pivot table. So this pivot table, there's a pop-up window. I'll be able to say, okay, there. So when I'm here, I'll be able to, ladies and gentlemen, for example, take the ear to the columns. Let's take this ear, you drag it down. You drag the ear down, and then you place it under columns like that. Drag the ear down. I hope you guys have your mouses, or if you don't have, if you have this touching part, you will touch on it and then you drag down, you drag down the ear. And then I would want the product groups to be dragged down to rows. I'll tell you why I'm doing that. So you can see like now here, all the products that we have been able to be condensed to 20 only. All right. And then lastly, the one that I would want to do you to do lastly is volume. So carry the volume down to the value, because this is what we want to evaluate. Carry the volume to values like that. So I would want to see some guys, they are dancing. Of course, we haven't finished because I can see it's talking of count and we want some. But I would want to see even one student dancing, saying, Mwalimu, I've been able to reach where you have reached. Mwalimu, I've been able to reach where you have reached. And of course, there are students who are following me on my YouTube and the Facebook social media handles. Please do me a favor. I would want to go global. I'm also tired of becoming a local ninja. I want to become a global ninja, known worldwide. So the only way you can do to uplift Mwalimu like that, for me to be able to hit my ascension, I ascend to self-actualization, is for you guys to go down there and hit share. You comment. Those dancing emojis, I also expect you to be dancing there. That's a way of, all right, commenting on my videos, which is very good, meaning that Google will be able to give me a higher ranking. You must promote Mwalimu. You must promote Mwalimu. These are talented Mwalimu. You must promote him. All right. At least Nancy Mwati should get my tonight's present. She's jumped into this quite late by 10 minutes, and she has been able to leave to the occasion. Now she's really up on top of things. Regina and Doro, thank you very much. I can see you are dancing. I'm waiting for one sad emoji so that I can repeat one more time. Like Wilfrida, Hitu is also crying. Wilfrida, are you able to share your work with me here in Zoom? Are you able to share your work? Wilfrida only, because I want to reach out to the students who are crying there. Wilfrida, I started with Wilfrida. Do you know how to share? Please ensure that everybody tomorrow, when we meet, you guys should have known how to share. You should be able to go to YouTube and ask YouTube, how do we get to share documents on Zoom? And YouTube, I mean, is the university, free of charge university. To be able to give you lots of knowledge there. Max Miller, thank you very much. Also, Max Miller came in a little bit confused, but right now I can see she's on top of things. So then these students are not really sharing their screens with me. By the way, if you don't know how to share your screens, I will be forced to do like a whole session to show you guys how to share, because that is the easiest way of helping all of you. If you don't know how to share screens, then we shall always get ourselves in problems. We will not be able to pick up this thing very well. So allow me to start that from scratch. So what I'll do, I'll come and highlight the entire table. It's Control Shift, right arrow, this east arrow, Control Shift, the down arrow. Then I'll be able to come and say, insert. What am I inserting? I'm inserting a pivot table. Then in this case here, I should be able to come and say, okay. Once I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be able to come and pick now. Now I'm dragging here. And if you don't know how to use this touchpad, mouse pad very well, please just buy an external mouse. It's easy for you to drag using an external mouse. So come here. I want the ear to be put on columns. I'm dragging the ear to columns down here. I can see now my data has been organized in form of ear columns. And then I would want the product group to be brought under rows. This is very nice. And then I would want, in this case here, the volume to be brought here. The volume to be brought under evaluation sheet. Section there. How I wish I would get students now who are able to tell me, Mwalimu, now, hooray, eureka moment. It's my aha moment. I've discovered something here, and that is why I'm dancing from even within. I'm so happy. Great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for you to be able to get some of the jobs like the jobs we happen to be having at the moment, you will need to be very good in Excel. Like Mwalimu has been able to get serious jobs with international firms simply because of his mastery over Excel. The moment you use Excel, you'll be head-hunted always. Head-hunted always. Even when I don't want to work, when I want to work for RSM full-time, I'll still get some people telling me, hey, you need to come and work for us, even if it's 2 days a week. All right. And all that blessings basically is coming because of my mastery of what here of Excel. Excel is a game changer. As I wait to see you guys dancing, Excel is a game changer. If you know Excel too much, you'll not get people paying you less than $1 million a month. You'll always be up there. You'll be a top flyer. That's why you get like most Indians will really, even if they're in CPA section 1, they invest a lot of time in knowing Excel. Great. I can see this ninja has done a very good job. Okay. I know why it is different. This great ninja has done a good job, but I suppose, yeah, very good job. Thank you very much, Abdikani Ahmed. Thank you. Great. Great. I can still see students who are crying, but like Ben Rogers Musiba, which is very good, Eugene Oluwatch. Thank you very much, Wilfrida, for gathering that courage. Very good. Very good. Very good. So I want you to untick volume. Please untick it. Untick it first. Untick volume. Just untick it. Thank you. So let's look for ear. Just go up, scroll up a little bit. I want us to look for the ear. There is that bar on the right. You can use those navigation keys on the right. Then you go up and down. Yes. So pick the ear. Thank you very much. Already that is picked. Don't untick that. Don't untick that. So go to product group. This product group, please carry. Don't just tick. I want you to carry that one to rows. Carry that one to rows. Carry it very good. I can see you carrying this to rows. Thank you very much. Now look for volume. You do the same, but this time around, you carry it to values. You carry it to values. Great ninja, Wilfrida. You're a great ninja. You're a great ninja. Thank you so much. So I'm so happy to assist. In this case, here, one of the students who was really crying here. How about those other students who are still crying and they're not sharing their screens now? How do I get to help them? Yeah, this is very interesting. I like what Kasling, thank you very much. Kasling is already way ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have Thitu. Thank you so much, Thitu. You are way ahead. Thitu has always been very aggressive. It's only that at times tunaweza kukosana kidogo sababu ya kasi kidogo, but we shall overcome. we shall overcome. So now you need to go. Of course, if I can see you're struggling to see how to drop down, there's a place there, but I can simply come and there, just admit your sin. You can see your sin has even gone ahead to give me what we call slicers and dicers. This is a great ninja. This is a great ninja. This ninja must have attended my advanced Excel class before. This is a great ninja. So remember these advanced Excel classes, the more you attend. Lois, I can see you live here. You can see Lois is brown. Lois must be knowing how to dance. All right. Thank you very much. I can see that. Thank you very much. Don't panic. Thank you very much. Let's carry the ear. Let's carry the ear. Go on your left, right, is it right panel? The right panel. You'll be able to see the ear. You hold on to it. We carry it to column label. Ear. Are you able to see the ear on your right? It's right. The field. Yes. Please carry it down to column label. Column, no, and tick it. You've taken to row and tick the ear and tick the ear. Okay, no problem. So I would want the ear field to be taken to. All right, just take it now to the column label. You know, there are 4 boxes, right? There are 4 boxes. I don't know why it's because you are ticking. I don't want you to tick. First of all, untick it. So I want you to drag it down. You drag it down to the column label. Please drag. There is a way you can drag using your mouse, like you hold onto your, yes, to the column, not to the row. Very good. Drop it down. Oh, you have not reached the column box. There is a column box there. You must be suffering from shortness of breath. Yes. No, not value. No, not value. Are you not able to see this report filter? Column label. I'm so sure you are seeing it, but you just don't panic. All right. Take it down slowly. Yes, there. Leave it there. That's the column label. Yes. And then now you pick the product group, the third one there, to the row. Product group to the row. I can see you are ticking very fast. I don't want you to be ticking. I want you to be picking. You are lucky it just went there. I want you to be dragging down. You drag down to the great. And then now we have volume. Please don't just click on it. Go there and drag it. Volume, drag it down like that to values, to value. Thank you so much. Great. A round of applause for this great lady. Thank you so much. Now, Lois, you can now dance for us. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So now, are we happy, all of us? Irene Otieno, are you able to share your screen, Irene, pretty fast? Esther Luby, great. Now Esther Luby has known how to share the screen. I have fast learners, I can tell you. So please, click here. Great. So Control Shift, right arrow. Control Shift, down arrow. Thank you very much. Oh, you did twice. You can say Control Z, Control Z. Control Z is undo. Control Z. You hold on to Control and then you say Z. Or you simply go up. Don't panic. Yeah, great. So now click here slowly. So Control Shift, right arrow. Control Shift, down arrow. Thank you very much. Don't press again. Now for you as already, you can see the pivot table on the left hand side of your ribbon. You simply say pivot table. Click there. From table range. You say from table range. Yes. Click there. Great. Then of course you're seeing a pop-up window. You simply say okay. You simply say okay. Oh, what could be happening? And then you pick the data source very well. Then what I would recommend, Esther Luby, have been able to see the problem that you are really experiencing here, and really I sympathize with this. You are using an old Excel. So there is a new Excel. I would want you to have versions 2021. If you can afford, you should be able to get the Microsoft Office 365. The 365, I think, with about 5,000 Kenyan shillings, It's an annual license. You'll be able to get very good Microsoft Office 365 that will be able to give you lots of things other than Excel. But you see, we have this Microsoft 2021. I don't want to talk about this loudly, but I normally see people selling the cracked versions, which is unprofessional, but what do? It is a Kenya that we find ourselves in. I normally say, I don't sell myself. I don't want it to come for me. Let me sell to me this one. But I know there are students I've seen selling this at 300, for 300, the 2021. All right. So in this case, I can see this great pivot here. So please, let's highlight then everything. Let's highlight everything. Let's highlight everything. Let's highlight everything. So start with year. Go to year column. Are you able to see the year? Yes. Then Control Shift, right arrow. Control Shift. Unashika your machine bila wasi sweat. No, we shall wait for you. Sweat. So Control Shift down, you hold on to those two, and then you use the right arrow key. No, you're not holding on to Control Shift because I can see your cursor moving. You simply look at put there, and then Control Shift. Are you able to see the Control Shift? And then you have those 4 navigation arrows. No, you're not holding on to them because I can see something dancing there. So it means you're not holding on to them. Your fingers are still doing a few things here and there. There is Control Shift. Are you able to see the Control Shift? I've actually thought of what I'll do in my tomorrow's class. I'll be able to come up with this keypad that I'll be sharing with you for you guys to see what I'm touching, what I'm talking about. But there's Control Shift. I don't want to lose you really. There's Control Shift there, down there. Great. I don't know why you're not able to see the Control Shift. It's there. That one every computer has. Not unless, where it is there, it's very perfect. I would simply want you to pick Control Shift. You simply hold on those two permanently. I'm so sorry I don't have this keypad. Now Control Shift, and then we have in this case here the right arrow. We have the right arrow. Yes, great. And then again Control Shift down arrow. Oh, you did not press down. So go back. Just go back. Don't panic. You made progress, I can assure you. Just go back. Control Z. You can say Control Z. Control Z. Control Z. Unasema Z. Control Z. Yes. So we start again. Oh, no problem. Just replace that with ear. Replace that with ear. You can even write it manually. Ear. Yes. Ear. All right. Now, so now that you are clicked there, click again there on the ear. Click on the ear. So you press Control Shift, right arrow just once. Control Shift. You're holding yes. And then now don't hit the right one. Now I want you to hit the south one. Control Shift down. Control Shift down. Control Shift down. Great. And then now you go to Insert on the ribbon. After Home, there is File Home. There is Insert on the ribbon up there. No, not that one. There is this one on the ribbon. File, Home, Insert, Page left. File on your left. Yes. Now there is Insert. File, Home, Insert. After Home, you'll go to see on that ribbon where you are doing that very good job. You can see we have File. Are you able to see File? Please put your cursor on the file. Where you normally use, not copy, no. It go up a little bit, just up a little bit. Where you have Home. Yeah. And then on the right of Home, what do we have on the right of Home? On your right of Home, you'll see Insert. Insert. Because it is File, Home, and then Insert. 3 of them following each other. File, Home. Oh, you pressed the wrong one. No problem. Just go back. Yeah. Let's check. We have File, Home, and Insert. No. I can see you are on File, which is very good because File is the first one. And then Home is the second one. And then Insert is the third one. Insert is the third one. I want you to see Insert. I can see your cursor is properly placed on Home. So after Home, you will see Insert. After Home, you will see Insert. After Home, you will see Insert. Maybe I can share my screen, but you should be able to see Insert really. It is right there. So allow me just to drop you as a rain, just a little bit. And then I share mine. to show you where insert is, because you are really there. I can assure you, you are really there. You are really there. You are really there. You can see here, this is file, this is home, this is insert. File, home, and insert. You are really there. Yep. So now I hope you've been able to see it. Are you able to pinpoint yours? I want to touch insert. I want you to touch insert first, even leave alone insert. Are you able to see insert? Imagine you had really, are you able to put your cursor on home? Because after home, what are you seeing after home in the ribbon? In the ribbon, you know, we have the ribbon bar. Allow me to share again. Please, let's be patient with her. Let's just be patient. Just a little bit patient with her. I really want to indulge you in this. So you can see here, Ray. You see, I have here the ribbon. Like now you are touching this home. You see, this is what you're touching. And I simply want you to see insert. Insert. This is what I want you to see insert. Because we have file here, we have home. I want to insert a pivot. I would really be happy if you can see that insert. I hope you're able to see my insert. Just see whether you are able to see it. Then Rain, I think I'll be able to have like a short session with you and any other student who is not able to see the ribbon items. If you're not able to see the ribbon items, then I'll be able to just have a short meeting with you guys. Or the ribbon is blocking. Then what you do, Rain, no problem. I knew there must have been a problem. Let's stop you sharing first for you to see. Let me stop you sharing first for you to see my Excel. For you to see my Excel. Now, I hope now you can see my Excel. Right now, you should be able to see my Excel. And you should be able to see where my cursor is. Because when you're moving your cursor, I'm able to see your cursor. So we have here file, home, and then we have insert. Now, Rain, are you able to see insert in the ribbon? In the ribbon, are you able to see insert? Please don't get detected. Normally, this is a class where we are very patient. Very, very patient. So now, Rain, are you able to see that insert? Because now, if he doesn't see that, then automatically the entire class will be useless to him. Ah, great. Then share back your screen. Share back your screen. Within 2 minutes, you'll have finished here. So don't worry at all. Within 2 minutes, you'll have I try to be very patient. Yeah, you have to be very patient. So Rain, are you able to share your screen very fast? And the good thing with online classes, you see, we are not able to see your face. We even don't know which country you are coming from. So you should never fear anything. Actually, when you understand nothing, that is when you share most. That's when you share most. You should never fear anything. It's not like, for example, like the physical classes where you wanted to pretend like you're very bright. So anytime you don't understand things, you're not raising up your hands. No. Okay, then understand. All right. Then Ray, please try to follow now that you've seen. For your sake, I'll be able to start very fast now this time round, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty fast. I'm now moving like a very serious ninja. So we are here. So what I'm doing, I'm coming here and highlighting the whole. So it's Control-Shift, right arrow, navigation arrow, Control-Shift, down arrow. Then I'll be able to come here and say insert. So I'm inserting a pivot table. So here, this is basically a flower, kind of a pivot table. So I'll come here and say, okay. So when I'm here, I'm now dragging down. So drag the year to columns, drag the product group to rows, come and drag, in this case here, the volume to the values. Now, this volume, there is one problem. It is counting rows. I don't want this to be count of. I would want these always. It shall be sum of always. It shall be sum of. So come here and click. there's a drop down. There's a drop down arrow there. So you click this, and then you'll be able to see various fields. I want value field. So look at this. Friends, colleagues, what I'm doing, I'm coming here and clicking on this drop-down menu. And then I'm interested in the value field. So when you click value field, there's a pop-up window. Once you see the pop-up window, you shall always say sum. I'm evaluating the sum. So then I'll be able to say, okay. So then we have the summation there. We have the summation there. Do we have any ninja now that has been able to do that? Any ninja that has been able to go to the sum? Gaba Agnes, happy. And then somebody has asked a very, very pregnant question, a very good question. How do we get to use this at our workplaces? This is what I'm showing you. Thank you so much. Who is sharing here? This is a good student. Already has been able to convert this to what here? Has been able to convert this to summation. Thank you very much. This is Miss Karanja. Thank you so much. Now, from there, ladies and gentlemen, then I can't see anybody crying there. FCPA, great. Then we have another ninja sharing, which is very good. So this ninja already has been able to come up with graphs. This ninja must have been a student of mine of Excel in the past. This is very good, Isaiah Muga. Very good. This is Amin. Very good. Excellent. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once I'm here, this is what I will do. This is what I will do. So once I'm here, I will be able now, my directors will be very happy because now I've been able to condense everything to just 20 rows. Now my directors will be able to see and do monitoring and evaluation of each product. So if it's alcohol, you'll be able to see alcohol here, we are 222,000 in 2011, 315 in 2012, we have 384 in 2013, and then in 2014 it's 294, and then these guys will try to, raise their voice up. How come sales of alcohol in 2014 is going down? And then you will be able to raise something very important. Tell them, gentlemen and ladies in the room, my seniors here, the 2014 is for only 6 months. So it means that by the time we hit 12 months, we should be able to get to what we should be able to even double this amount, even double this amount. So now this makes sense. It's a pivot table. It is a dashboard now. A dashboard is a summary of all that big data. All right. And remember, once you have been able to do this, ladies and gentlemen, then you need to come here. Let me just reopen it very well. Then you need to come here, ladies and gentlemen, and do now your abracadabra. This is what you need to do for your abracadabra. Here. You can see we have a place for pivot charts. So what you need to do is to come and click on pivot charts. You click on pivot charts and it shall give you a recommended pivot chart. It shall give you a recommended pivot chart. You can change the pivot chart you want. If you don't like these columns, you can come and do a line. You can do a pie like that friend of mine has done. Although a pie will not really be very nice here. I choose to work with column. So once you choose to work with the column given, you simply go there and say, okay. So once you say, okay, then you can collapse these fields here, the pivot chart field to have a bigger space. You collapse that and then come and carry this thing, put it on the right. And then now you start showing your directors that you are an expert of Excel. So these directors ask them, they may not want even to see all the products. Now I should be able to dice this data. I'll dice this data using the graphs. So I'll come here under product group. So for example, they simply want to track down alcohol. So I'll be able to uncheck all of them. They simply want to track down alcohol and maybe bread. Perhaps guys who take alcohol, they also take bread. They don't have time to cook. So they want to see how the two products are faring. So we'll come and say, okay here. So you can see this thing has changed and the table itself has changed to alcohol and bread products. We've been able to do what we call filtering. So now we have a dashboard. A dashboard, ladies and gentlemen, should be able to have the charts and the tables connected. They should be able to speak to each other. You can see these have gone to alcohol products like that. All right. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you can as well come and filter the years. Perhaps they don't want 2011. So you'll come and select all of them, and then you pick the years your directors are asking about. Perhaps they want only 2012 and 2013. So in this case, you'll be able to tell it to apply. And you can see this thing has changed straight away, 2012, 2013. So it's giving you like alcohol. You can see alcohol, 2013 is red. Alcohol doing pretty well. Increased at a higher rate as compared to bread. They brought this question in BDA last semester, and very few students, from what I could see, were able to answer this very well, the concept of dashboards. So before I proceed to doing some question that came last semester, can I get to see, ladies and gentlemen, whether we have students who are dancing, whether we have students who are crying, and then I repeat. Do we have dancers really here? I will repeat. Lost from summation. Paul is crying. We try the next semester. No, Gaba, we are doing a question now. Abdikani Ahmed, great student. Already you can see this ninja has done it. I got lost on the graph, FCPA. OS Ruto. Once the file, I wish, which group are we together in common? WhatsApp group. If I get to know your group, I'll be able to share the document with you very fast. So I can see so many people in this case here crying. RCM is the best. I'm an alumni. Great. Thank you so much. Those are the endorsements we like. Lost on filtering, alcohol, bread, and what? Okay, great. That's my neighbor, Rose M. So then I'll be able to do this. Let me just even start everything from scratch. This thing, the more you do it, even yourself, when you get the chance of showing people, be very patient with people, do this thing as many times as possible. We always understand Excel through repetition. So Control Shift, right arrow, Control Shift, down arrow to highlight everything. Then I'll be able to come and insert the pivot. So this is a pop-up window, which is hot air really, because mine is to respond and tell it okay. So from there now I drag the year. I'll be explaining later to columns, product groups. I take this to the rows. We have in this case here, the volume is what is to be evaluated. This volume is what I'm dragging it down to values. I don't want it to be count. I always want it to be sum. So I'll come here, ladies and gentlemen, and pick here value field settings, and then always go for sum. Then we say okay there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once we reach here, then we shall be able to connect this to a graph. If you don't connect this to a graph, then there is no dashboard there. How do you connect this to graph? You can either go for the recommended graph, or if you're lazy, but serious ninjas shall always go to pivot charts. So you can see pivot charts, there's a pop-up window. You simply go and tell, this is what I want. Say, okay. You have to move a little bit slow. So how do I move a bit slower? So come here, and in this case here, just close this pivot chart, because now we are through. And then carry this here, like that. So now up to here, the students who cried a little bit, are they able to get this thing? The students who cried a little bit, are they able to get this thing? The students who cried a little bit, is there a student now who is able to get this? How I wish I would see their screens here. The students who cried here. Or advanced Excel paid, great. Then somebody it must have been shared there. Where is the pivot? Nancy Mwathi, are you able to share your screen with me? Thank you, Wilfrida. Great. Already this lady has done it. This lady is great. She's done it. Thank you very much, Musiba. I can see you dancing there. So Wilfrida, good lady. Thank you so much. Nancy Mwathi. And please, in the paid group, there is a ninja there who has not yet gotten the Excel sheet. Please help me. You know, one thing that we're not very blessed with as men is multitasking. If there is anything that I'm not able to do myself, you'll be surprised. I can't multitask. But I'm trying to hold my phone here, no. I would rather in this case here multitask while teaching, calling this ninja, seeing who is dancing, but like handling two gadgets, that really disturbs me. Nancy Mwati now is sharing there. Please click inside. Click inside the table. Inside your table. Click inside. What is not happening? It should be able to bring, really. It should be able to bring. But as I see, again, Nancy, this is an old Excel. This is an old Excel, Nancy. Please, I would really want you to get Microsoft Office 2021. And if possible, Microsoft Office 365. Because I would want, it's only, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm a very talented mwalimu. And I happen to be knowing so many things that can be of help to very many students. But in this case here, CPA students, number one, they don't understand how powerful these things are at the workplace. They don't invest time. That's number one. And then number two, they don't know the value. You see, like, for example, you're charging 3,000 for this particular year course, advanced Excel. But we get so many of them telling you, that's a lot, I can't pay. And yet, they are aware that other ninjas outside here are charging up to 80,000. You see, ladies and gentlemen, if we have Microsoft Office 365, I will be able to show you, like, for example, how do we get to do project management? How do we track down projects? I'm very good at that. All right. I can create very many courses. You'll be surprised there are very, very many things. For example, even simple things, like even how to track down your emails. You know, I always get people come to me. A boss had sent a mail long time ago, and those ninjas never get to see those mails. All right. They were supposed to, in this case, to explain something. They never saw mails because they don't even know how to separate. You know, there are many things that you CPAs would really need help. But most of our CPAs, they don't acknowledge the value of these things. They do not know. For me, I'm lucky because I met Dr. McPhee Strathmore long time ago, told me, hey, you ninja. You know, he's also a very jovial man, much jovial than me. You need to understand Excel. You need to understand the SAP. You need to understand most of these accounting programs, computerized programs. You need to understand, in this case here, public speaking. That's what he told me. Although still I'm working with public speaking, but I know, like, I mean, where I go, I always get very good responses when I speak because I don't fear anything. All right. I always ask questions. All right. So CPA students, this is something I've never done. You look at people piling so many. I will allow me to explain a little bit, Maximilian, if you don't mind. Just 1 minute only. I'll allow you guys to share that. So you get so many students piling just certificates. Like they have like a diploma, CPK. After CPK, they go to CS. After CS, they have CFA. They have MBA. So many certificates, but without knowing this Excel, without knowing some data analytics, trust you me, those certificates are as good as nothing. You get a situation where your employers are only paying you up to 80,000, 100,000, then you have got 4 kids. Then you keep on casting, like, how come that young man is getting over $1 million? It's because they worked smart. They knew what the market wants. Like right now we are entering into what we call artificial intelligence. For example, there's a course I'm doing right now, courtesy of my employer, on robotics. All right. So students have never, like, actually I've started loving this lot. This lot is quite different from my previous lot. I'm not saying that the previous lot was bad, but the previous lot, you could tell them, share the screen. Nobody was sharing. All right. Actually, even the class aborted at some point. All right. But now the group that I'm seeing here is, I think this group will work with it. Till to the level we should be able to make up like a model, a simple model like that. So please get to know the value of Excel. Once you appreciate the value of Excel, you will study it more than you study your CPA papers. With Excel, even if you're a part 2, like where I used to work before I got my new role. I mean, we were having people from PwC, from Ernst & Young, the Big 4, simply because guys who are working for those institutions are well trained in terms of Excel. Outside here, I can tell you, many people don't take Excel seriously. But if the query is flipped, if I'm asked, Excel is what I'll give more priority, even compared to most of these academic qualifications. The moment I'm very good in Excel, And then number two, I'm very good in these write-ups, English writing. I think we should be able to start this club at RCM, right? You know how to write, how to flow. Information flows from one paragraph to another paragraph, using nevertheless, however, moreover. Then you will be an influencer in the society. People will be able to listen to you. I know of so many guys with PhDs who can't write anything that can even call around a rat. And it's because they never got somebody who told them this kind of a thing quite early. We must be good writers. We must be good debaters. All right. Si ule debater, mtu ameanza kukupatia story, anakuintrigue kidogo, anakuuliza namna hii, because you understand usikia mwambia from nowhere to mamako. Sio mama ndio shida. Ni wewe huwezi kuhandle debate. You can't put in this case here your ideas logically down. Conversations. So we must work on public speaking. The moment I'm very good with this Excel, I know how to make dashboards and I'm a good speaker. I know when to smile. I know when to use a sad face. I know the tone of variation. I will be a darling in the corporate world. So please, I'm just using today's session to throw a word of caution to everybody. We need to take this more serious than the CPA papers. This thing is a life changer. I've seen guys severally. This thing will get you from Kenya to China to the US. This thing, Excel. So are we promising Mwalimu that we shall be very serious with it? Are we promising Mwalimu that we shall be very serious with it? Let me please get your endorsement here. Let me please get your commitment here. Let me get your commitment here. All right. I want you to be very serious. Like when I say share screen, you share. Like now, tomorrow, nobody should come to this class with an old Excel file, old Excel version. No, that will show lack of seriousness. All of us in this case should have current. Because I don't want a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where, like now from tomorrow, I will be going to like now tomorrow, I'll be going through these kind of things here. I don't want a situation where, for example, you'll be telling me that Mwalimu, my Excel doesn't have this. No, please look at this. For example, tomorrow, if, for example, you want to write, sorry for just digressing a little bit. If, for example, you want to write like numbers 1 to 20, so you can decide to say 1, 2, 3, all right, up to 20. Another one will tell you it is 1, 2. When they reach there, they tell you, Mwalimu, highlight the 2, and then you do what here? You come and just take this thing down like that. Very good. But what if somebody tells you 1 to 1,000? You see, now you need to know how to use the sequence. So if it is 1 to 1,000, I'll simply come and say equal sequence. So I have the sequence here. I can see it is coming up, so I tap. So, and then I'll be able to write 1,000. Like I don't even have to close the brackets. I simply say enter. When I say enter, ladies and gentlemen, if I say control down arrow, it has taken me to exactly 1,000 within a fraction of what here? A second. If you have old Excel, try using sequence, you tell me, and be very honest with me. You'll be able to bear witness with me that some Excel functions, some Excel can't handle this. It doesn't have even sequence. It has to be 2021 or Microsoft Office 365. Is there somebody who has an Excel? Is there somebody who has an Excel which does not have sequence? Please be honest with me. I'm your father here, the big ninja here. Yeah, you can see mine has. Yeah, you can see Rose doesn't. Yeah, Kathleen, when you're laughing like that, I know you don't have it. If you want to check very best that is not up to date, you just look for that sequence thing. Look for that sequence. If it doesn't have it, that's an old one. Throw it away. Mine doesn't have Sylvia. So I don't know who is a genuine, but I've always seen like textbook center selling. That must be a genuine reseller of the Microsoft Office suite. Yeah, I will repeat. I will repeat. I will repeat. Wilfrida is sharing your screen, which is very good. These are the kind of ninjas I love. At the end of this session, I should be able to buy this kind of ninjas what here? Lunch. Great. You can see Wilfrida has already been able to do this 1 to 1,000, which is very good. So are you able to scroll to the 1,000? You simply say, go back to 1, click, or even 2, no problem. And then you say control down arrow. That's how you go down to 1,000. Control. Great. South. Thank you. All right. Great. Then I should be able to repeat this for these ninjas who haven't yet seen how to do it. But I was just bringing this up as a by the way to show you, ladies and gentlemen, that come tomorrow, we shall be required to use some new functionalities. So we have here equals sequence. And then, ladies and gentlemen, please listen and listen to me very well. There is a button there called tab, T-A-B. Miss Karanja, that's very good. 365 is the best. TAB is very good. It's basically going to give you a shortcut for whenever you see things are coming, the things you want coming up. You simply, instead of typing everything, you simply say tab. You'll be able to pick that thing, take it to the cell. So listen here. So for example, when I'm looking for this sequence thing, let me just escape. So I have to start with equals, remember. We say sequence. So we have here sequence. I can see this blue. Well, it's blue like that, and it is the one that I want. To carry it and throw it straight out of the cell, I press tab. Then I want 1,000 rows. It goes 1 to 1,000. So 1,000 rows. So these are 1,000 rows. You simply say enter. You go to see that